Everybody, thanks for being here. Let's bring it back in style in 3, 2, 1.
Why do they always smell so strong?
Introducing AirPods 4. Here's Kate to tell you more.
The Morning Stream. What could a young cop like you want with an old fossil like me?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream for Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Scott. Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
Before we talk about your malady, I feel like that. Introducing AirPods 4. Here's Kate to tell you more. It needs to be mashed up with the very theme song you played right after it. Like play our theme song.
I like
again.
that. Okay, hold on.
Turn it down just a little bit so you can hear me.
All right, so here's our theme song. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit.
Okay. All right. Introducing AirPods 4. Here's Kate to tell you more.
Oh, it's perfect. Perfect.
Somebody needs to edit the two together and actually.
Do we have a little edit freak out there who wants to do that? I'll give you all the raw files you need. Somebody needs to put that together and make Tim Cook a big star. You know,
whatever you need. Yeah. Make him our next big star for sure.
Yeah, he needs more fame, I think.
For sure, poor guy. Yeah.
Oh,
he's just not getting,
let's get it out there. You know. Hey, so I was sick. I got COVID. My wife had COVID. I thought I dodged a bullet. On day 6 or 7 of her ordeal, suddenly I came down with it, which makes sense because it doesn't always incubate the same for everybody. And before she knew it was COVID, we thought it was allergies, and I was still sleeping in the same room with her. And I think that probably is what did it. Carter's fine so far. Been wearing a mask and staying away from people. Mostly resting. Although yesterday I was just irritable as hell because I'm like, I have to I can't just sit around. I can't do this. And then I'd get up and go try to do something. I'd be like, I'm really tired now. I got to go lay down again. Like it was that bad. But today, feeling way better. I will say this, the 2022 variant I had was terrible compared to this. This is almost nothing compared to that. That time I lost the taste and the smell. I had horrible fever. I had all the stuff everyone warned you about. Just awful, terrible body ache from hell, all that. This time is mostly a little throaty, kind of a cough, but kind of minor. The hard part was just tired all the time and brain fog. Yes. Like I cannot get shit straight in my head at all.
Exactly. So that's exactly what happened to me a few weeks ago. July, was it end of July? I think. Wow.
Has it been that long? Holy crap!
It's been that long. Yeah, and exactly the same situation. It was just I could not. I was exhausted all the time.
Yeah,
and
just tired. And like people bringing up Paxlovid in the chat, and Amy asked me about it. We have a dose here, but I asked my doctor, and also confirmed this with.
Did you ask your doctor if Paxlovid is right for you?
I did, just like the commercials. She said, I think that you want to save those for when things are severe. When it's like severe symptoms that are like making it so you're getting zero sleep or otherwise, whatever. And I didn't have any of that. Kim was closer to that. I mostly just was just like, I felt like I just run 3 marathons and then couldn't move anymore. That's how it felt. So anyway, it's good to be back. I'm sick of being sick. F that shit. Let's get some damn work done. I missed my shows. I missed this show. Really, it's just this show I've missed. I missed the Monday show, but really it's TMS. It's where the blood is. It's where all the blood pumps.
It is. If I didn't have coffee, this would be my only coffee.
That's right. TMS. That's all you'd have.
TMS
Imagine that. Coffee. If you had to get the caffeine out of the show, just how terrible that would be. I will say, though, just a reminder, whenever you're that ill, flu, COVID, I don't care what it is, go out and get yourself some of that Thai Tom Yum soup.
Tom Yum.
It's all funny, you need.
Had some this weekend, and I had the leftovers yesterday for lunch. I love Tom Yum.
It's so good, dude. Oh my gosh! And I got like the level 5, so it was nice and hot, and it really clears your face out, your sinuses and everything. Freaking love it. Also, one other thing I was going to say about that, forgot what it was, and so I won't say it because this is how my brain's going to be today. Brian, instead, why don't you eat a thing that I will never
eat a thing?
I will never eat this.
I know it's like, usually when people send food, they send something to each of us because we can try it on the show. And they know that there is no reason to send this stuff to you. You will not eat it.
And this is like Brian sending Brian like thickened liquid or something like that.
Right, exactly. It's like, you got thickened liquid? Great. Send it all to Scott. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Those weird squid ribbons, whatever those things were, dried squid ribbons.
Love those.
And send those to Scott. You can have my share.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, no one wants to be around me when I eat those, but I love them. They're really good.
Yeah. Well, Georgie B in Australia, down under, sent me some bullets, licorice bullets. After we were talking about chocolate covered licorice on the show a few weeks ago, chocolate covered black licorice.
Yeah.
We found that Danish company, Lakrids und Bulow.
Really?
And I ended up buying myself the dark chocolate covered licorice, and these are like balls, dusty black dusty balls. Oh,
dusty black balls.
That was my wrestling name.
Yeah, look at those.
Yeah, these are good. They're the dark chocolate black licorice, and they are fantastic.
For listeners only, this is about the size of like a
grape.
Like a grape. There you go.
Yeah, grape sized. And the dark chocolate, sweetness of the dark chocolate cuts the tartness or the flavor of the black liquor. There's a great balance. Like the two work very well together. Well, Georgie B in Australia sent me some Daryl Lee, not to be confused with Sarah Lee, but Daryl Lee.
Oh my gosh.
Real milk chocolate licorice bullets. Now these are milk chocolate as opposed to dark chocolate, and they look like little poops.
Little cat, little cat
you have
poops.
Ferrets.
Yeah. Gross.
They look like large chocolate tartan tinies or whatever those things. Mike and Ike's. Yeah, exactly. There's one of them right there.
Yeah.
Little Dr. Mario poop pill or something.
Yeah.
And milk chocolate and black licorice, surprisingly just as good as dark chocolate. These are awesome. Love them.
Put that in there. Let's see what you got.
Very good. And see, there's the cutaway.
Ugh.
It's like a little black licorice nib in milk chocolate.
Ooh, I used to love nibs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember nibs?
But only the red ones, right?
Only the red ones. The black ones can F right out of the door. But if you give me some of the old red ones as a kid, I could destroy a bag of nibs back then. And then they would destroy my guts, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
So, once again, Danish chocolate and Australian chocolate, so much freaking better than American chocolate. American chocolate is a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
Are you going to, hold on, if you're reelected, what will you do to help our chocolate here in America?
They're eating the chocolate, Scott. They're eating in Springfield, Ohio. They're eating the chocolate. Not only did I get you to cough, I got you to do a spit take there.
Yeah, there was I almost got chai. I almost said chai tea. I almost got TT everywhere.
Yes.
All right. Well, I forgot to play this for you.
Uh-oh. Almost washed your food down.
Yeah, that was for your food.
Let's do it right now with a little bit of iced coffee from Panera.
Nice.
By the way, I still do the Panera thing, right?
Yeah.
$13 at the beginning of the month. 30 days of stopping and getting coffee. If I'm lifting and there's a Panera nearby, I'll stop and get another drink, like an iced tea, unsweetened iced tea or something.
Sure.
They have a lavender pomegranate, 10 calories for a 20 ounce or a large. This stuff is amazing. I throw one little packet of Splenda in there, and it's all awesome.
Nice.
Yes, Stephanie. Spider-Man shirt, Spider-Man cup, sitting on a Spider-Man coaster. Thank you very much.
Jeez. What are you going to do?
You're
going to finish up killing
any more Spider-Man?
You're going to kill Gwen Stacy while we're all watching you, or what? What's going on over there?
Too soon.
Too soon. Way too soon. It'll never be too early for that.
I just saw her doing the Muffkey Fuffkey with Green Goblin the other day, and it really scarred me.
Oh, yeah.
Kinds of kindness, Scott.
I know, dude. Did you watch it then?
I watched it a couple nights ago.
I mean, I guess I recommended it, but it's still one of those things where you're never quite sure if you should recommend it.
It's not for everyone.
And that scene where they are looking at the old videotape of the four of them.
Yes, right. Can we watch a video? Oh, I don't know, man. Can we go
So
just
weird.
1 minute of it? Okay, fine. And yeah.
It's so weird, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not. If you say hard list, Stephanie says a hard pass. I don't blame you. Like I said in that recommendal, this is not for everyone. This is for Lorgos Lathamos fans who love his weirdness, and that's who this is for. And if you want something that's unpredictable and also kind of gross and also some of the weirdest shit ever, and also proof that pretty much, okay, I've seen, I don't know, what, 2 movies in theaters this year and at least 4 at home that all had Willem Dafoe in them. What is going on with Willem Dafoe?
Great agent right now. Yeah.
I don't understand. He's having the moment of his life at the moment. He's in everything.
The movie we're talking about is Kinds of Kindness, and there's a film within a little home movie shot within the movie is the movie we're talking about.
Yeah. So if you ever were worried about what was his name on Breaking Bad, Todd. If you ever wanted to see Todd and Todd doing some stuff you never thought you'd see him do.
Some stuff to Annie McDowell's daughter.
Man. Oh, and her in the pool thing. Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That was rough.
It's a really good movie, but my gosh, you have to be you have to like a very specific kind of film to say I can watch this.
Yeah. Agreed.
Anyway, so I go in and get my coffee from Panera, and doing this on the regular, the one that's close to my house, I get to know all the people there. Yeah. And there's this great one of the bakers, a guy named Jose. He is awesome. He likes baking outside of working at Panera, and so he's always telling me about new things that he's trying. And he's like, have you ever done cheesecake? And I said, yeah. And he says, you could do it 2 different ways. You can either chill it to let it set, or you can actually bake it. And I said, well, I prefer the baking because then you get a nice golden brown on the top. And he's like, me too. Anyway, so Jose's awesome. Jose's my favorite person there. Nice. There's Melissa. There's Faith.
Jeez, you know everyone at the Panera Bread. That's amazing.
I do. I mean, you go in there and you because what I do is I walk in there and most of the time, sometimes I'll buy a bagel as well. Yeah. But most of the time I'm just going in there. I'm going beep, beep, boop, boop, boop on their little keypad. And then I'm going over and getting my coffee in my own mug, bringing my own mug with my own Splenda and my own non-dairy creamer. Yeah. So really all they are providing is the hot dirt water. That's it.
So you give them your own cup though too, right? Like this is always your own
cup.
thing.
I don't use their own. I don't use their cup. I don't use their creamer. I don't use their sugar or anything like that.
What do you have to show them? Just ID and say I have.
Not even that. No, I just punch it on a little keypad. They have like 2 little iPads that have a login screen. I could walk up to the register and just give them my phone number, and they say, "Okay, yep, here you go," and then I go and get my coffee.
All right.
But
that's awesome. First name basis with people. It's amazing. These people must love you because you're always in there. They do.
And I'm always cheerful. I'm always talking to them. They're like, "Oh, new Hawaiian shirt, Brian." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." Anyway, so Claire asked, "Why don't I use their creamer?" Because they don't have sugar-free, fat-free creamer, and I have that at home. So it's like an oat milk creamer that I really like. Anyway,
it's interesting that they don't have that. You'd think they would.
But there's one guy there, Scott. There's one guy, and I don't know his name because he doesn't wear a name tag.
Yeah.
And and I'll walk in there, and he'll be behind the counter, and he'll look up at me, and I'll go, "Hey, how's it going?" He'll kind of do and then he'll just kind of walk off. Like he'll just kind of mumble and then turn and just walk away.
What is it about you that you think he's got a little stick up his bum?
I think he doesn't like, he's probably like, these people coming in and just taking the coffee,
He doesn't like
policy.
Supposed
to buy something. Supposed to inspire you to buy something with your coffee.
Yeah, but you're buying something every month for you're F off that guy. That guy can F off.
Exactly. And it's even to the point where I'm so used to the cordials with Jose and Faith and Melissa that when I go, "Hey, how you doing today?" and they go, "Oh, good. How about you?" and I go, "Great, thanks." Or "Thanks for, good. Thanks for asking." Right? Like it's just ingrained, right? That I accidentally the other day I walked in, I saw this guy, and I still always greet him. And I go, "Hey, how you doing today?" And he just kind of mumbled and walked away. And I go, "Good, thanks for asking."
Nice.
It was not to be sarcastic. It was not to be a jerk, but it just came. I was like, "Good, thanks for asking."
Yeah. How come he gets to not wear a tag and everybody else has to? What's the deal there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is, but he clearly just hates working at a Panera. I think that's his thing.
Yeah.
So
maybe his name is Peter. Peter Panera is his full name.
Peter Panera.
Oh,
Yes.
is he the manager? That's possible, Dr. Count.
He's not the manager. Melissa is the manager.
Or the manager. Oh man,
I don't want to. I certainly don't want to get him in trouble or anything. I was thinking, do I just say, "Hey, Melissa's, is something up with Beardo?" He's the only guy in there with a beard, and so I call him. In my head, his name is Beardo.
Beardo.
Beardo. The
Reminds me
weirdo
of-
with the Beardo.
What does that remind me of? Oh, Super Mario Brothers
Coach
2 had Birdo in it. That's what I was thinking
Birdo.
of.
Yeah.
Stupid character.
So it's but I'm not going to get him in trouble. I don't care. It's like, all right, you clearly don't want to be here, and me trying to kill you with kindness is probably not going to help anything. So cool.
Who knows? Maybe one day you're in there, you look at Beardo one more time, and you just say, "Hey, man," and that's the day where he finally just breaks down and says, "Mr. Ibbott, you have no idea. You're every day coming in here and your kind attitude toward me, you've changed me. I'm a new man," he'll say. Maybe that'll happen.
Oh yeah, maybe that'll happen.
Never know. That's why you be nice to everybody, because you never know.
Don't put $5 on that in your DraftKings.
Yeah. Also, I don't think anybody would respond well to "Hey, Beardo." You know what I mean?
No, I'm not definitely. I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I could say, "Oh, you're not wearing a name tag. Can I call you Beardo?" I mean, maybe he wouldn't like that.
Well, the other thing I learned about the COVID thing real quick before we move on.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to get I can't get the booster for 3 months or something like that.
You don't need the booster for 3 months.
Oh, no, I know. I understand that. But I thought these new ones I thought the whole deal was that you could take them on top of an infection and that was somehow good. Chat says 3 weeks. Red Fragley, she just had it. I thought my doctor's saying 3 months.
Jerry, and I thought Dr. Jerry even said, because I asked, we asked about the new version of the COVID shot, for the the variant that they're expecting over the winter, and we said, do I do it with the flu shot? And he's like, you really, don't need it for another 3 months, but your doctor's actively telling you not to get it for 3 months.
Yeah, mine says don't get it for 3 months. Go ahead and get the flu shot. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm getting that tomorrow or whatever.
So it's more like a you don't need it as opposed to don't do it because it's bad.
Yeah, probably will just for some people it may mean, extending the misery that you're already in, because I'm still not totally over this. I'm guessing if I tested today, it would still be positive. I hope by tomorrow I test and it's not, because we got the kids all weekend and I'd really like to spend time with them and not have them separated by an entire floor. I will hate that if that happens. Although I will play a lot of World of Warcraft, I will tell you that.
I bet this is doing great for your dailies and all of your other World of Warcraft
yeah, dude, big time. I've got 2 characters as of yesterday, and it's the only game I can play. I said this in a video yesterday too.
I saw it.
Only
I saw
game.
The YouTube video.
It's the only game I can play while I feel like this. Everything else feels too complicated. So I tried to fire up this game I love called Shapes 2, and it's this amazing automation factory thing, and I love that game.
Yeah.
And it uses your brain in really specific ways. And I fired it up, and I just looked at it and went, I don't know what's going on. I just don't know what's going on. I have no idea. So I got the F out and went and flew around and did herbs. So it worked out great.
Nice. Collecting your herbs. Yeah,
got a quick note here from a listener. This is from Craig, who says, this is an email. He says, would we if we could? Hey, solar flare and Big Bang. I like the galactic versions of us.
I do too, yeah.
It's pretty good. Yep. Whoops, I covered that. Here we go. On Thursday's episode, you were talking about Guy Fieri at Stallone's house at a party. Scott mentioned Stallone having money to have the party catered. Scott, if you had that kind of money and we're having a party, would you have it catered? Or would Kim kick them out and take that part for herself? I adore the podcast, Craig. Craig made me think a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I had Stallone money, then you'd cater stuff. Of course you would.
Yeah. Yeah, like let Kim have a night off and enjoy having food, food that she didn't have to sit and slave over and prepare. I mean, she's obviously she's a great cook. I've had her food myself; it's fantastic. And but just because you can doesn't mean you want to all the time.
Right? No, it's kind of like when people say money's a funny thing, right? Because I was thinking the other day. Let's say you have just like deep cut disagreements with somebody like Elon Musk, a multi-billionaire.
Sure.
If Elon Musk came to you and said, I'll give you I have 200 and something billion dollars. I'll give you 1 billion of it if you never say anything mean about me again, never use my name in any sort of vainness, like you from now on, Elon Musk is your pal because I'm giving you 1 billion and you can't tell anyone that I did. Most people would take it and do it. That's what most people would do. There are very few people. I don't care how strong your commitment is to fighting against his bullshit. Exactly. You're still doing it because you'll do it. That's what money does.
I would totally do it in a heartbeat. I don't know what that number is. Like if he were to say $500, I wouldn't do it.
No.
But what is the number? What is it between $500 and $1 million, or did you say billion? Whatever it was.
Billion.
A million, I'd still do it.
Yeah.
100,000, I'd still do it.
I would not do it for anything less than. I mean, I'd like to think
10,000, I'd still do it.
I'd like to think I'd never do it, but here's the truth of it. If you said, "Here's $1 million," that's life-changing money. That means multiple things. It means college funds for grandkids. It means
exactly
everybody gets bailed out of any debt they have in the people I care about the most. Like it means a lot more than just that. So I guess I'm just being honest here. I'd love to tell you I'd say no. But if he came up to me and said, you have $1 million, I give you $1 million and you stop saying bullshit about me online that even though I say it's bullshit is true. I don't know why that's his voice. It's not right. It's not right. It's not even close.
I mean, and that's all we have to do, right? We just have to not say bad things about him. We don't have to say good things about him.
No.
Right? We don't have to say like, oh, that Elon Musk is actually a pretty good guy. Da, 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 da.
Well,
By the way,
if that's part of the deal, then I have way more issues with it. But at $1 billion, I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. I'm saying most people don't know what they do in the face of $1 billion. Most people like to say what they do. I'm not sure they're actually really thinking it through.
Bring out the Brewster's Millions. They're caving.
Stephanie, I'd do it for 1,000. No, you wouldn't, Stephanie. I don't think you would.
I'd take some time to decide if I do it for 1,000. 5,000. It's somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000 for me. 1,000, I'd question it and probably would say no. 5,000, I'd do it. So it's somewhere. There's maybe 2,500 is the line of demarcation or something. I don't know. Maybe it's $1,001. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously it's going to depend on the person, but people out there who talk a lot of talk about this, if they were faced with that. Or anyone you don't like I don't know, who's a douchebag.
I mean, we can't say that everybody's standards are like ours, but I think 80% of people would take it if he offered $1 million. At least 80%, maybe even 95%.
Here's another way of looking at it. If somebody said to me, Scott, will you buy a Cybertruck? I'd say, hell no, I don't want a Cybertruck. They seem like they're bad and there's too many reports of issues. It's not worth it. I'll spend that $100,000 on 2 other cool cars that I can now have.
Sure.
And then, but if somebody said, Scott, Mr. Musk would like to personally gift you 3 Cybertrucks for free.
Why 3? Okay, yeah.
I would take one, and the rule was I had to drive one, and the other 2 I could do whatever I want. Of course, I'd take them.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's free shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It might even be
By
shit.
the way, after driving around in my neighborhood, can I tell you the one thing that is uglier than a Cybertruck?
Is that even possible? What is it?
Is a Cybertruck that somebody decided to paint white.
Oh, gosh. That's a bad color. Is it matte or really, glossy, or how'd they decide to?
It's a matte white, and that's
bad.
It's they still have like the black trim parts, but all the panels are painted white, and it just doesn't. It looks so unfinished. It looks like I don't know. Yeah, it might be a wrap. It might not be paint,
Yeah.
but it's really weird.
So the way, help me understand though, wraps can be changed, I assume.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, they're like
I always wondered about that.
vinyl covers, sticky vinyl covers for your car kind of thing.
So they can come right off and you can put something else in its place if you wanted to, I guess is
Yep,
how that works.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I would do. If they didn't say I had to drive one,
Mhm.
well, let's say even they did and they gave me 3. I wouldn't trade. I would sell the other 2 to a couple of rubes somewhere. And I'd trade up to the best Rivian they make.
There you go. Exactly.
Or even
yeah.
that Ford F-150 Lightning or whatever it is, the new EV from
Lightning,
there.
the electric, yeah.
Or any other electric car that is good. Right?
You'd be
Including
able to buy
another Tesla.
multiple electric cars.
Yeah, I might even get like a Model X or a Model S or something. Is one of is there an S? I don't know. I don't know who makes what. I shouldn't be allowed to talk when I'm sick. Anyway, my point about this whole Guy Fieri thing at Stallone's house, I guess my assumption was that he had a full-time catering staff, and that's probably not true. And I think that's where my head was at. I was like, oh, Stallone with his own personal catering staff.
Oh, yeah.
No, he probably
I'm sure
hired
it's just
for it.
for the party.
Yeah, he probably just hired it out for the party. Why wouldn't you? You wouldn't have people living there like freaking Downton Abbey, waiting for. Hey, we're gonna have another party this weekend. You guys, it's not. That doesn't work that way.
Are you hungry?
Are you guys hungry? Oh shit!
Poor Scott. Oh,
Quick call from Dayton, Ohio. Speaking of things in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
eating all the chocolate. Anyway, he has this to say.
Guys, for the morning stream, I'm in Dayton, Ohio, and I have to make a delivery to Springfield, which I'm in now, and I just want to make it clear because I don't want Ohio to become another Florida. As far as the eye can see right now, there is nobody eating any dogs or any cats or any kind of pets. I just want to make that clear. Love the show, though. Thank you.
To most normal thinking people, we knew this was true.
yes, exactly.
We know that you don't eat pets and that nobody's eating pets and that it's horse shit, especially because it's all been debunked 50 times over. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear from people on the Grand in Ohio, though. That's nice. I get to talk to Rob Dunwood over the week, an amazing dude who lives in Columbus. And I wanted to say, you're not eating cats, are you there, Rob? And he would have said no. I didn't ask him. I don't want to assume.
Yeah.
It's better to assume none of this is being said, and we all move on with our lives. It's so stupid. All right,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
we should play a little Tadpooly Feud. What do you think of
Let's
that?
do that. I can't think of a better idea in your current state, mental state, than to play a game that requires you to think on your feet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really asking for trouble here, but we'll find out shortly.
That's right.
Oh, that's weird.
They're eating the 4-way chili. They're eating it. They're eating all the 4-way chili. Spaghetti with chili and ground beef poured on it.
I am in the wrong group. I just added him to our play. There we go. Here we
Sorry,
go.
Monica.
All right, he's coming in hot. All right, let's do this thing. Here we go, right here. Join us in welcoming Brian Dunaway to the program for some Tadpooly Feud. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Sick and Brian.
Hello. How are you, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I was just listening to y'all's conversation about how much to sell out for anything. And I'll just say this. Whenever Elon Musk pops up in my X feed,
Yeah.
if it's something that he feels that I feel is a stupid statement, I just post to him, I'm so disappointed in you. And then I just move on.
Yeah.
Now, if he wants to pay me to stop doing that, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
But
That's
it's only
good.
the
I like
stuff
that.
But if he says something like if he's talking about SpaceX or stuff, it's like, hey, we're celebrating this, and I'm like, cool, man. I don't favorite it, but I'm like, cool. But if he's got something stupid to say that I don't want to hear, I just do that.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
disappointed in you.
Yeah. But
Bye-bye.
what if he offered you $1 billion to never do that again? Would you do it?
That's fine. That's fine. Just let him know that I'm still disappointed.
Let me get one last one out. I'm still disappointed in you. Where's my check?
But
Yeah.
I
the
like-
honest truth is, the price at which he would have to buy my love would then make me, kind of rich, and I'd probably like him just fine then. Like, hey, dude, how you doing? What's up, rich brother?
Yeah, what's up, rich brother of richness? All right, I have some good news. An Irish girl was fourth caller today.
Oh, what's the good news?
The good news is Dairy is a great show, or Dairy Girls is a great show. You guys should all watch it. It's fantastic.
It is,
and
exactly. Yeah.
we'll see if this ring through works. If not, we have somebody who's right behind her. We're ringing. We got the rings of Irish ringage, Irish Spring. We call it the Irish Spring. And it'll clean all 2,000 of your parts. Come on, Claire, answer your phone.
Oh, is it lever 2,000? Is there really 2,000 parts to wash? I've been cutting some coiners. I've got to get in there.
Some coiners.
Yeah, I mean, you've really got to break it down. Like, inside knuckle, outside knuckle.
I'm doing maybe 10 tops. I need some 10 soap.
I wonder how many. I mean, that's actually a good question. How many parts? How many things can you designate as a part on a human?
Anything that's pretty much sits in a crease and sweats all day, I'm definitely hitting that.
Well, you're hitting those, sure. But what about, like, is each of your eyelashes a part? Or is an eyelash as a whole?
If you're going to get to 2,000, you've really got to get granular.
All right.
Well, once you get into the hair, I mean, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really racking up the points at that point.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I'm sorry. I forgot about the hair challenge. I apologize.
Well, you got to think of these things.
Those follicles are still there, though, right? You still got the follicles?
I still have follicles. I do. And I have pores.
Okay.
Yeah, each individual pore.
That's good. We got some. Oh, listen to this. You hear this? That's kind of Irish. Hi.
What's the crowd?
What's up?
Hey, it's Claire. Listen to her over there being a wackadoo. What's going on, Claire? It's nice to hear your voice. How are you?
I'm good. I was just outside enjoying some sunlight, so I ran inside just so my neighbors don't think I'm weird.
You know what? That's
yeah, it's actually sunny day, but doing good.
I was going to ask you if because my impression is, and I know this is wrong. Obviously, it's wrong because obviously you guys are there and living fine. But by all the movies you see showing Ireland, Banshees of Inisherin, all that kind of stuff, it just looks wet and overcast all the time. Is it not true?
No, it's not true at all. I mean, it has been like a really wet summer this year, but no, like usually we get like really good weather in like August, out of like the whole summer, or like when everyone goes back to school and on like early September. So yeah, the sun's come out, which is good because my tomatoes are starting to ripen, and I've been really hoping that I don't end up with like a whole bunch of green tomatoes. So there you go.
Yeah, you can pickle them.
We picked the right time of year to go because we were there the first week of September 2021, I think it was, and we were there for 8 days, and only one of those days was there rain, and it was when we were back in Dublin the night before we were leaving the next day. So
I was hoping you were going to say the only day it rained is when we hung out with Claire.
when we saw Claire.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a shame.
Yeah, it only
Looks
rained
like
pints
rain.
and cocktails.
When we drank Claire
storm
under the
of gin.
table.
That's right. Well, it's good to have you here. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna try to win you something cool today, but we can't do it without Brian's rules. So Brian, take it away.
Oh, me and my damn rules. It's time to play the Tadpooly Feud. I've surveyed the tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Claire, your all caps job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes Blacktail and Astral Ascent.
Ooh.
Both of those games donated by Wesley.
Astral Ascent is awesome. Very cool game. Yeah. Reviewed this on Core not long ago. It's fantastic.
Nice.
It's really good.
Very good. Excellent. All right, let's give you guys your topic, and then we can see who gets saddled or who gets Claire's help for the.
That was rude.
What?
Come on.
What?
What? Who? How?
All right. Put your hands on your buzzers and give me your best answer to this. Name an Irish. Just kidding. What's a movie line that people always get wrong? Scott.
Use the Force, Luke.
Okay, show me. Use the Force, Luke.
It's not on there.
No.
I thought it was.
Brian?
I thought he.
What is the line? What is the line that?
No, right. I want to say, Luke, I am your father.
Maybe that's what I meant.
Show me, Luke. I am your father.
Shit.
Number one answer.
I think I mixed them up. I
think you absolutely did.
Yep, I did. All right.
But I think I do think you're right though. I think in Star Wars, does he actually say use the Force, Luke, or does he just say use the Force?
Something like that.
Use
It's like
the Force. Anytime you add Luke to the end of it, probably.
Yeah.
That's what's his name saying it. McGinnis, Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. Yeah, it's when it's over his Force communication while he's about to shoot the
he's
two
flying
things.
the X-wing and shoot it
into the hole.
The Death Star's poop hole.
Yeah. The one hole.
I got Claire. What's up, Claire?
Team Claire away.
That's right. We're going to kill it. And this is going to be a really tough one. I feel like we're going to get some strikes pretty quickly because what's the movie line that people always get wrong? Personally, I think I always get them right. I just happen to know that Luke, I am your father, which I said for years. And someone said, that's not how it is. And I'm like, what else is there then?
Yeah. It's complicated.
I mean, that's the number one answer by
Right.
a resounding number, by the way. That we had 518 responses to the survey, and that was nearly half of them, 244 people, with some variation of Luke, I am your father.
That's got to be a first, right? For that much, that's got to be a first for that many.
Pretty rare that it happens like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
I think we should just say famous quotes from movies and just hope we've been getting them wrong. Is what I think. What do you think about that?
I was thinking there's like the Forrest Gump one, but I don't know it wrong. I just know life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. But
I like that.
I think it is. Mama always says life is like a box of chocolates, but
yeah. I think he says more than that, right?
Get. Like he says it slightly differently. If
I
Brian
think that's a good one.
Do it.
I agree with you.
I know what love is, Jenny. Do it.
I was always running. All right, show me. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Do we always get that one right?
Number 18 or number 19 on the list. People, I think, the people get that line right. I mean, the line is life is like a box of chocolates, but who knows how people might get that one wrong. Nobody wrote in and put in what the right answer is, right? Like for Luke, I'm your father. He says, no, I'm your father, right? And
Right. No. I am your father.
Ben never told you what happened to your father. You killed him.
By the way, or is it from movies and TV?
All from movies.
Movies only, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let me phrase it. I asked the Tadpooly to provide movie lines. Who knows
Here's
what
the
they
question.
But yes, I'll just make it easy for you. These are all from movies.
All right.
All right, Scotch.
I'm gonna go with. I'm not sure which one's correct, but the Jaws line of. We're going to need a bigger boat. There's two things that happens with that, and I hope I'm not wrong about what I'm thinking of, because sometimes people misattribute which actor said it, and they think that what's his beak from Mr. Holland's Opus, that guy. Mm-hmm. They think he said it, but it wasn't him. It was the other guy's name I can't think of.
Sequest DSV guy.
Yeah, that guy. 2010, the year we made contact guy, right? But I still think that quote is. I just don't know if I'm saying it right. So I think we say we're going to need a bigger boat, but it's different.
Yeah. And believe me, if you give me either the correct quote or the incorrect quote, I'm going to give you
a quote that sounds similar to it. Right.
Right. Exactly. As long as I know what you're talking about. It's the difference between use the Force, Luke, and Luke, I'm your father is a much bigger one than bigger boat quote.
Right. Bigger boat quote.
Show me. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Ooh,
number 3.
Okay.
So already you're winning 3 points to 1.
Points.
Yeah. The line is you're going to need a bigger boat, and he's just talking directly to Quint.
Oh.
Squint.
See, I still have it wrong in my head. I am part of the problem, I guess.
Well, I think, and I might be. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think you must be right. Okay.
A bigger boat was involved.
Another one would be. Wasn't there a?
It's hard, isn't it? It's just like I know a lot of quotes, but I think they're all right.
Okay, how about this one? There's in my head the misquote, and again, I'm not sure I've got the misquote or the real thing, but in Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter at one point says he does that "Hello, Clarice," and I think that's not right. I have some memory of this that isn't right. I'm not sure what is right, but I'm going to throw it out there. So the Hello Clarice from Silence of the Lambs.
Show me Hello Clarice.
Ooh,
Number 10 answer on the board. Yeah,
Wow.
he says
Damn it.
good evening, Clarice. He never actually says hello, Clarice.
that's
Howdy,
so funny.
Clarice. Or does he say, oh, hi,
Yo.
Clarice?
Yo, Clarice, what's up?
All right, another famous one. This came up with Tom when he and I watched this movie.
New cell. Who did?
Just came to me. Casablanca. There's the
oh, yeah.
play it again, Sam, or Sam play it, or play the music again there.
Play it some more, Sammy.
Sam
Play
boy.
it, Sam.
I can't
Play it,
remember the
Sam.
quote.
Play
No, don't
He
do
says,
that.
he says, play it, Sam. Play as time goes by, or something like that.
There you go.
Oh, really?
show
That's
me-
way different than I thought. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, show me. Play it again, Sam.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yep,
God damn
number
it.
Number
2
two.
answer on the board.
Damn.
15-1 in Scott's favor. Cloudy COVID mind Scott pulling out the
Classics.
quotes.
I'm just gonna make one up because I don't know, and it's because I just saw it. She probably said it though. Okay, I just saw Aliens again with the kids a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when she puts on the big suit, get away from her, you bitch.
That's what I was going to say. I love it.
Get away.
All right.
Get away. Stay away. Anyway, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Stay away.
Yep.
Move along,
That
bitch.
one. Move along, bitch.
Get to steppin'.
Bitch.
Get to stepping, bitch.
Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. All right, show me whatever the thing is.
Ah! Damn it.
Yes.
I think somebody said that. I don't know. I mean, I think the line really is "Stay away from her, you bitch."
Oh,
Right.
What'd I say? Did I do get away?
Or maybe "Get away from her, you bitch." Stay away from her. You
In
bitch.
my
I
head,
can't
it's get
remember.
away from her, I think.
Give it away.
Yeah.
Give it away now.
Keep it
There it is.
now.
It was one person said it, so tied for 24th place.
Okay. That's on the
Whatever.
list. I
I
feel
have an
better.
answer.
Claire's like, yeah, forget.
Yeah.
It's getaway.
Yeah, shut up,
Stephanie
shut
and
up, shut up.
Pets confirms it's getaway. Okay.
Okay. All right. What do
Yeah.
you got, Claire?
You got one, Claire? You got one on your tip?
So
Yeah.
it's not. That's not a knife. This is a knife. It's
Ooh.
that's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's good.
From
You're going to go
Crocodile
Crocodile
Dundee.
Dundee. Crocodile Dundee.
You ever want to hear an Irish person do an Australian accent? We just did it.
I didn't think I wanted to, but now that I've heard it, I definitly wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm,
Good
clicking
eye, mate.
I'm subscribing
My
right
brother's
now.
moved to Brisbane.
Wow.
Okay.
Get it from him.
Show me. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Oh,
One delay.
damn.
Yep, that is truly a line. One person said it, so tied for 24th place. But
Yeah,
that
I
is
was
correct.
Was it you, Claire?
It's always remembered. It is always remembered as this is a knife, and it's not. Yeah,
Okay.
It was a good answer, though, Claire. It was just
it is.
Not
It's a very good
Tadpooly.
answer.
Thank you,
Yes.
This is going to be a weird one. It is my turn, right? Yeah.
It is your turn.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, COVID.
Brain
Go ahead.
fog. There's I don't even remember the movie. Al Pacino yells it. He says,
Oh, we just watched it recently on Film Sec?
did we? Or he goes, I'm out of order. You're out of order. or
Oh,
something
no,
like
we
that.
did not watch that one.
Mhm.
That
Oh.
one rings a...
President's Men. Yes.
Oh, is that what it is? Because that rings
I
a...
think so. Yeah.
Wait.
This whole court is out of order. I'm
Oh,
not out of order.
out of
You're
order.
I don't remember what it was, but whatever that was from, that line I feel like gets misquoted.
All right, show me. I'm out of order. You're out of order. This whole court is out of order. Eep, 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 up, orc.
Ah, shit.
Machine is out of order.
Damn it.
No, nobody said that one.
Really?
Weirdly enough, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know
Is
if
it even a thing?
if
It may not even be a
misremembered
thing. I just hear it in my head. I hear him yelling. It's just such an Al Pacino line. I thought, well, maybe we get that one wrong.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Claire,
all
Claire,
right.
go ahead.
that. 6
Claire,
answers still on the board. You guys are losing 15-1. So let's get some points so Claire can get a game.
I have one that I never get right, but I'm always
That'll help.
trying it. Yeah, I'm always trying
Uh-huh.
it. I think it's, do you feel lucky, punk?
Oh,
do you?
that's a good
Well,
one.
Oh.
huh?
That's a good one.
So I don't know exactly the line, but I never know it exactly right.
Dirty
But
Harry.
that's just one. Yeah.
Are you feeling lucky? Do you feel lucky?
Do you feel?
Yeah.
Are you feeling lucky, punk? Is that it?
That sounds like
Hey,
one
punk.
that seems like one that would get confused. People probably get that one wrong.
I always get it confused just trying to say it. Yeah. But I'll let you make it's our last X. Is that good, Claire? You want something else? Because frankly, I don't give a damn. We could use that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking
They
at the
don't better?
chat room, and some of them are saying that.
Oh, are
like
they? Okay,
your
good.
wife, Monica.
Oh.
I should have looked at
What
it.
are you gonna use?
Which would you suggest, Ibbot? What
do you think,
which one do
Scott?
you think we should-
What does Ibbot think?
Both of those are good choices.
Oh, good. Let's kill them both of them. We'll go for the first one then.
Well, we're feeling unlucky. Punk.
I'm feeling lucky.
You're asking yourself, do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Show me whatever people get that one wrong. Yeah. Do you feel like number 8, punk?
Do you feel lucky,
Do
pump?
you feel lumpy? Do you feel lumpy, pump?
Do you feel lumps? You might need to
I'll
go to
give
the
you a
doctor.
lumpy pump.
Yeah, if you got a lump, we'll get a pump.
That's right.
All right.
Very good.
Well
All
done.
right.
That puts you guys within striking distance. But you only got one strike left, so. And he did just say both
I
of
know.
those were
I mean,
good.
I don't think we give a damn. I think we should go
Yeah.
for it. What do you think?
I don't think you give it whatever it is from whatever.
Going with the
film it's
wind.
From. I
Sure.
don't even know. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I knew
jeez.
that.
Classic. Come on. Classic. Poor Jeannie is like, oh, they don't know Run with the Wind. All right.
Generation gap.
Show me, frankly, my
6 hour
dear,
epic.
I don't give a damn.
Oh!
Yeah. There you go. Number 9 on the
Yes.
board. That is enough to guarantee the win. Still have 4 answers left on the board. By the way, you remember when I said they're all from movies? Looking over, one of these might have been originally uttered on a TV show.
Oh.
Originally.
Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up,
Ooh.
Scotty.
Oh,
that-
you know what?
Is that not what they say?
No,
Scotty, beam me up.
it's something
Hey,
like
Scotty.
that. Yeah, I've heard that one before. I think that's
'Cause
safe.
that's what I was thinking of before you said, "Oh no, it's not TV shows,
Yeah.
only film." But
Yeah.
my name's Brian. Tell me if I shouldn't go with that.
Well,
I
even
know
if
there's
you
Well, you've
that.
already won.
Star
You've already
Trek.
won. Don't get greedy.
yeah.
I'm a greedy girl.
I'm a greedy girl.
All right. Show me. Beam me up, Scott.
Saki.
Sorry
Look
about
at that.
Yeah, sorry about the mislead. Hopefully, Scott, that didn't steer you away from using that one.
Not
But
at
I was
all.
like, oh wait, that is from a TV show.
I didn't even think of it, so you guys are
Okay,
good.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well done.
3
Jeez
answers
Louise.
left on the board. Still, choices to be made.
You could clear that, you guys.
Was that the
And
only mistake?
Tom
that you
patiently
made,
waiting. What's that?
Oh, is it
Brian?
that
That's the only
time?
mistake.
We'll get to
Apologies,
Tom.
Tom.
He's
Only
fine.
mistake. It's the only mistake I've made. Yes, thank you.
love you, Tommy. I'm trying to think of Airheads quotes. There's an Airheads quotes that I'm always using, but for some reason I can't.
I know
yes.
exactly the one. I know exactly the one you're thinking about.
Everyone's favorite movie, Airheads. Let's get that
Yes.
going.
Never seen it.
Actually, kind of
Never
like
seen it.
Airheads.
All right, won't do that one
It's a good time.
Fly you fools instead of run you fools.
Oh yes, I always get that one wrong. I
Well, no,
always
they
do
say
that. You're
run
right.
you
Or
fools
the
instead of
rings.
fly you fools. Right?
I thought it was fly you
Yeah.
fools.
Yeah, fly you fools
Yeah.
is correct. Run you fools is wrong.
That's
so,
what I meant.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I said was like fly you fools, but instead people think it's
Yeah,
run
I
you
mean, if you
fools.
watch his hair, it flies up. You wouldn't get that with the run. Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And all the
I guess in the
hobbits can
fools.
fly secretly. You know that. They, it just would have ruined the film.
Yeah,
if
they got
if
they got
flew.
the yeah.
It's canon.
the hair.
Everyone knows that.
The best part
Yeah,
of it
they
is
kinda
the
like
hair.
fall up like a spider's.
The
web.
best part of it
Mhm.
is his hair blows to the side when he says fools.
Yeah. It's like
All right.
fly you fools. I did
Show
visuals,
me-
you can't see.
Show me, fly you fools.
Oh,
But let's see. That also had 1 vote, so tied again for 24th place. I'll give Scott another chance because I did accidentally give him his first X for his Star Wars quote. Which is just a coin flip to see who's going first. So Scott, if you got a chance, if you want to run the rest of the board here, you can take these prizes away from me.
I
well,
missed
actually,
that
when you're on the
entirely.
board, she gets it anyway, right?
Well, that's true, actually. Yeah, but if he just gets 6
do
and 5,
get
for
it
example,
anyway.
Well,
if he gets 6 and 5, for example, he takes the prize away from Claire.
Okay.
Takes it right out of her Irish little hands.
Good luck, COVID head.
yeah, I don't think it's going to work. I'll give it my best here. Let's see. I looked in the chat and I noticed someone said something I was going to say earlier, but I thought I was wrong. I'm gonna trust in Stephanie Annapets and say, Houston, we have a problem. From
that's a good one.
All right.
Apollo 18 or 19, 18,
Show me.
16. What was it?
1819.
Apollo
1819. Nailed it.
Apollo 13. 13?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember.
Show me, Houston, we have a problem. Okay, now things are fair. Yeah,
Yay.
what is it? Houston, we've had a problem or something like that, I think is the
Houston.
line. Number 19, no, I'm sorry, number 13 in the list. So pretty close to the top 10 here. Let's look at the last ones here. Number 4, magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all? And people usually say mirror, mirror on the wall. Number 5, Toto. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Oh, that's a good one.
What do they usually? What does it usually say then?
It's the actual line is Toto. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Or
Oh,
maybe
there you go.
maybe
I
it's
have a
flipped
feeling.
the other way.
Okay. Weird. So weird.
You do hear feeling a
or
lot.
maybe she doesn't say Toto, but she might just say, "I have a feeling we're not in Kansas." Well, no, she does say Toto. Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it's the
feeling.
feeling thing that gets people confused.
I think so too.
She's always talking to that effing dog, so I
She
believe
is, and the dog never talked back.
it.
Number 6. If you build it, they will come.
I
The line
almost did
actually
that.
is, if you build it, he will come.
Yeah, because
Oh.
you're trying to get.
Saw that in chat as well.
He's trying to get. We always okay. Let me tell you about that movie. What happened there? People think the they is like the big crowd, so you can make your baseball stadium pay for itself, and he won't have to worry about cutting down all his cornfield for it.
Right.
And so it's easy in our heads to think to have that
Exactly.
swap because really all this is about is his dad coming back. That's
It's just
it.
getting his dad back there. Exactly. Yep.
Oh, that movie's great.
So just a few more of these. Number 11 that would have gotten you a free guess. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Oh, that's
The
a good
treasure of the Sierra Madre. The actual line is badges. I don't have to show you any badges. We don't need to show you any badges. We don't need any stinking
Who was
badges.
talking
or something
about
like that.
badges?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Never heard of it.
Do or do not. There is no try. People
that's a
apparently
good
get that one wrong all the time. Someone just in our circle gets this one. Bad dates, Indy. Bad dates.
All of us.
Greed is good. Here's looking at you, kid, from the end of Casablanca.
That's up. Mhm.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh, love that.
I'll be back. I don't know who's getting that wrong. It's 3 words. Who's getting I'll be back wrong? I don't know. Merry Christmas. Sugar was full.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Yeah.
All right. People
Who
want to
gets
throw a
that
third
wrong?
all right in that, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's hilarious.
Let's see. Coffees
Is there
for
not a third all
closers. I don't know if there is or not. I think the light might just be all right. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, weird.
He puts an addictive chemical in it that makes you crave it fortnightly, jackass. And line really is smart ass, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Jones, no time for love.
Hey, Dr. Jones, some time for love.
I
A
know,
lot
I
of
know
these are
about
because of you guys misquoting things.
It's
Yes,
it's a lot of
we've
us.
caused-
Sensing.
we will fully admit that we've caused a lot of this. I am and always shall be your friend. I keep getting older, but they stay the same age. I pity the fool. I'll get you my pretty. I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. Is that your friend in the wood chipper?
I do that wrong every time.
This one I love, even though it's from a TV show. It's a misprint, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
not as funny as it's a typo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a typo. It's so much better to say it is a typo. It's so much better.
Mrs.
all-
Robinson,
they're
are
all
you
the
trying to
way.
seduce me? Not the bees. No, not the bees. My eyes. Arg, arg, arg. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Upper Murphy. Open the pod bay doors. Rotisserie surfboard. I don't know. I've never heard
Surfboard.
someone get that line that wrong before. Let's see. Shall we play a game? Take off, you hoser. Tomorrow is another day. What we have here is a failure to communicate. What's in the box? With great power comes great responsibility.
Who gets that wrong?
I don't know. And there's another one. You can't handle the truth. Which I
Yes,
He
right.
says that. It's what he says.
yeah, he does say that, right? I mean, somebody wrote that entire exchange between Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. I think they get it right. It's, you want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I think at some point on your list, people just get down to famous quotes and hope that they're wrong.
And hope that they get it wrong. And finally, you ever lose
That
your
was my
car
take.
keys?
You ever lose? Yeah, I get that totally wrong. I love how many of those
Anyway.
are things we do wrong. That's amazing.
Yes, it comes down to us. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Claire. You get these games. I'm going to copy
Thank
and paste
you.
them into our little
Next to
discussion
your
where
lovely
you've been
face.
Yeah.
next to my lovely face. Thank you for sending me a screenshot of my lovely face.
Stay out of
with the
trouble.
flashlight and
Don't be.
This
don't
is my
be.
lovely face.
Go
No,
have
you.
a potato and whatever you do there. Bye.
Claire.
Brian Dunaway, it's always good to have you here, man. We'll be back this Friday. I guess it's already Wednesday because of the days I took off. But Friday, we get together, you and I, and we talk about Shining Force 1 and 2.
The Shining Force. Are you trying to get us sued?
The Shining Force.
The Shining Force from the Genesis.
Huge fan of the Shining Force series. It was as close as Sega would ever get to sort of flying close to the sun that was Final Fantasy, and it's kind of holds up on its own. People love this series.
I never played it. I am having a blast. We're only covering 1 and 2 because the series is freaking huge.
Yeah,
we'll get to the others later.
If you live in Japan, you've got miles and miles of games to play.
Yeah, you got the Sega CD with 3 freaking chapters sessions. We only got the first one.
Yeah, that's all
Thanks
we got.
Thanks a lot, Japan.
Thanks, jerks. Anyway, Brian, I'll see you then for that because our about to buy. No.
No, you really jammed that one in there.
We are going to take a break. When we come back from this break, Tom Merritt will join us for some tech time discussion. We also have recommendals after that, so stick around. Brian, play us a song in the meantime.
Yeah, Timmy Myers wrote in and said, "Dear Sonic and Boom, I've been listening to Scott since he went on BOL." Was that loud and announced full-time Frog Pants approximately 1,000 years ago. By the way, today, 20th anniversary of the coining of the term podcasting.
Whoa. Who
saw that on Threads today?
Who said it?
It was that everyone wants to attribute it to Dave Weiner or
Adam Curry.
But it was it's a guy with a French name. I can't remember his name, but
Patrick Beja on this date 20 years ago. No.
That's right. Really. Anyway, I wanted to request a song for an upcoming Indie in the Middle. One of my best friends puts out independent music under the name You Citizen, and he has a new single out called Mind On, a child of the late 80s and early 90s. I would say his style lands somewhere between The Cure and Sponge. Recently, he moved his family cross-country back to his hometown. I've been missing him. To me, Mind On captures the feeling of needing a change and the uncertainty that goes along with it. Here's to finding what we're all looking for, signed Timmy. Well, this is great. Yeah, this is a brand new single, like he says, from his friend who performs under the name You Citizen, and the song is called Mind On.
A lot of women like this sexy look. It never goes out of style, but you have to have a perm for it. Salad in a pasty? Okay, let me... You filthy pervert!
Let me...
All right, tell me one more about Timmy's friend.
Sure, that is Mind On by You Citizen from a brand new single released by Timmy's friend.
That's fantastic. Timmy's buddy, Timmy's friend. All right, we're going to get whoops. Hold on. Caps lock, get off. Here we go. We're going to add Tom to the call. He's been sitting in the wings very patiently. Waiting for his turn, and now he's here.
We want Tom!
And we want him more than ever, because how are we supposed to navigate this technology landscape without Tom Merritt and his insights? Yeah. Tom Merritt, it's good to have you here. How are you?
Hey, thanks. How you feeling, man?
Oh, it's day 5 or whatever. No, it's not even that. It was Saturday. I'm doing all right. I'm doing better than I was.
Hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there. Yeah, it's not way less. I was telling everybody earlier, it's way less this time than the 2022 incident. That was freaking nasty.
Were you able to get the booster before it hit you, or is this your booster?
This is my booster, unfortunately.
That's too
I'm being
there are
told,
many like it, but this one is mine.
This one is your booster.
My doctor is saying you got to wait 3 months or so to get the whatever's next.
Now you gotta wait.
Yeah. But it's good. I got my own. Brian's got a little bit of a 3-month buffer as well. We got nature's booster.
That's right. Guys. Exactly. We don't need no stinking artificial Pfizer booster.
Homegrown.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your own blood.
Made right here in America. Anyway, well, it's good to have you here, man. I assume that like usual, there's something brewing in tech. So what's going on?
Sure. Well, first of all, Dr. Calhoun in the chat got the name for you, Ibit. Danny Gregoire.
Gregoire, yeah, that's who I was trying to. That's the name I was trying to remember. I knew it was somebody French, and apparently Ben Hammersley used the term podcasting for something else in February.
Yeah. But the one that applies to us, and it was on the iPodder dev mailing list. That's Danny.
I think Hammersley was referring to people who were taking their iPods and just casting them out the window because you two forced an album on there or something.
If you cast a pod upon the waters. and
Does it make
comes
a
back
ripple?
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it?
With
float?
it was never yours to begin with. That's the whole phrase. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it, exactly.
that sounds right.
Well,
Well, anyway.
a lot of wet iPods back then. After
That's
that
right.
column came out. Well, YouTube's got an interesting new thing. They've got a little event going on in New York today. They are adding a new feature called Hype. So it's kind of going to sound like the like button, but once you hear the restrictions on it, you'll understand why it's separate. The Hype button will show up for the first 7 days after a video is created, and only on channels with fewer than 500,000 subscribers. A viewer will only be able to press a hype button for 3 videos in a week. Actually, 3 times in a week. I guess you could hype the same video 3 times, but you only get 3 hype clicks in a week. Hype buttons get different points based on how big the channel is. The smaller the subscribers, the more points in your hype button. And then there's going to be a hype leaderboard that everybody can see with the top 100 hyped videos at any given moment, plus a personalized hype section for you that are like, these are videos from the top hyped videos that we think you would like.
Do you know if this applies to live stuff or is it just archival YouTube video?
I think it's going to apply to everything, but yeah, no, good question. If it would apply live ahead of time,
Right.
Obviously, after you're done being live, it would apply.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's more for on-demand stuff, just from my reading of that. But I'll see if I can find out some more clarification. But the idea is to give lesser-known channels a little more visibility in the algorithm.
I think that's a good thing. There's been, this challenge for a long time. Twitch, as an example, even though it's not YouTube, but I think it's a fair comparison. They always reach out to you when you're in the top 1% of streamers and say, "Hey, congratulations, you're in the top 1%." I've gotten that email. Guess what? I don't do that much stuff on Twitch, but I'm still somehow in the top 1%. What that tells you is that there's massive streamers on one end that weigh, they're the big numbers getters. And then there's a ton of long tail that's still in that 1%. And then there's everybody else who gets hardly anything. I think YouTube's probably same deal, and it's weighted similarly. So adding a feature that will give potentially smaller YouTubers a chance to get noticed, I think is always good. And it's good for YouTube too, because, they want, what do they want? They want ad revenue. How do they get it? More eyes on more stuff. So why not?
And getting people to feel less like, oh, I just always get the same things, right? Like even when the algorithm is working well at exposing you to new stuff, it tends to be trying to expose you to popular stuff. And this is their way of solving for that without having the algorithm just spit out crap.
Right.
They're saying like, hey, here's the stuff we know you like and is really popular, but if you want to venture outside your bubble a little bit, here's some other stuff.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think this seems like a step in the right direction. It is interesting that it's a limit. You can't just do unlimited hypes all the time. I think that makes sense. Otherwise, what's the point? It's just like likes or something, and you can't really base everything on likes or dislikes. So yeah, I want to see how it goes in practice. Is it now, or is this just rolling out, or when do we get this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was unclear on exactly when the hype button will show up based on what I've read so far, but I think it's launching now.
Okay. That
doesn't mean you'll see it now. You know how those things, sometimes they take days or even weeks to roll out. But anyway, something coming soon if you don't see it today.
So, hey, everyone, give Frog Pants and DTNS YouTube's a hype click.
There you go.
I want to know what this looks like. Is it like a
hype?
What's the little button going to be? Like a little
Guy Fieri. Little Guy Fieri.
Oh, I love it. Yelling, gangster. Click here, gangster.
Oh, no. My sunglasses fell off the back of my head. Hype.
Hype. I love it. And gives him some much needed revenue because that guy just doesn't get enough money.
Yeah, he's having to take catering jobs just to get by.
Over at Stallone's house. That's called a callback, everybody. Well, this is fantastic news if you're a YouTuber. And also, there are plenty of other news items that will be covered today on the Daily Tech News Show. I will be back and on it today. And Tom, as always, we'd like to give you a little chance to talk about anything else you got going on. How's your book going? We're there, aren't we? Are we there? on
We're
the
just
book?
about there. We're just about there. Tom'sNewBook.com. I tend to talk about it only here these days. I need to talk about it elsewhere. So go tell someone about it for me, because I know all of you who were going to buy it probably have already bought it by now. But if you go to Tom'sNewBook.com and you go to Unbound and search for Synced, SYNCED, you can see how we're doing. I think what they want to push us over the edge is somebody's company to jump in on one of those because you get benefits if you buy multiple copies, or if you back at a higher level, you can get one-on-ones with me. You can get Q&As that will appear on DTNS, and there's one in there where like I'll appear on a video conference and talk to your company, and so I think they're hoping somebody will jump in on that. So maybe talk to your boss and get them to jump in. That's all on Unbound or Tom'sNewBook.com.
Fantastic. It's Tom Merritt, everybody. You know him, you love him, and you'll see him here every Wednesday, so tune in for that. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you later today.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye now.
Thanks.
2 p.m. Mountain Time. You weirdos. Tune in. All right, Brian, it is time for us to do Nicole, because Nicole... Sorry, that sounded terrible. It is time for us to call Nicole.
Let's see if it's time for us to do recommendals.
Yeah, how about that? No Randy today. He's got a meeting. Big stuff going on at work, but we do have Nicole. We got 3 recommendals for you today. Can't wait to talk about them. Let's get into it here.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, that music indicates it's time for us to do recommendals. Nicole's still ringing, but she should join us any moment now.
Any moment. So while we're waiting. No, there she is.
There she is. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Hi. I cried.
You cried? Why'd you cry? You all right?
I watched the ending of my recommend.
Oh. Did you do it right before the show? All right, before it?
Really?
Oh,
nice.
man,
I started it last night, and then I only had and then got busy with the kids, and so I just
how's Mark doing? Because Mark and I have been COVID buddies from afar.
Yeah. He's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot better.
Same.
Is he the wood cougher right now?
The wood cougher.
He's not really coughing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, give him. Wait till he's like 75, and then he'll get the wood cough. That's what they tell you. If you don't have the good, and I know he does. He has got good filters and all that stuff.
He's all about.
Yeah.
But Kim's dad did not. He's a big woodworker type dude. Has been his whole life, but he did not do enough of that stuff when he had a shop, and now he's constantly just going.
All those fine particles get in your lungs.
Yeah.
Not good.
Be careful out
Wear
there.
Your respirator.
Be the wood respirator, not the wood clogged up
Inhaler.
lung inhaler.
The wood inhaler.
There you go. Don't inhale the wood.
Never inhaled.
Well, it's good to have you here. We're going to get right into it and find out why Nicole is sad by the end of her recommendable. We're going to start with Brian, and he has a little clip here that you can set up before I play it.
I do. This is a TV series that was on Apple TV, and you're listening to a woman receive a robot.
Oh my! All right, here we go.
Still, our research shows that robots can be of great comfort for people in need of companionship.
I'm fine.
Think of Sunny as a pet.
I don't want a pet. I don't want a robot. I hate robots.
May I ask why?
Because they're creepy. Oh.
But robots are expressions of the creators. Sunny was created by your husband. You do not find Masa creepy?
Not till now.
I hope that is not true, Susie-san. The Masa I know is a good man. And I believe he would take comfort in knowing you have Sunny. Please. Masa would take great comfort.
Okay, fine. I'll keep it. Just tell me how to turn it off.
Oh, getting Rashida Jones vibes. Is that who that is?
That's exactly who that is. Yeah, it's Rashida Jones.
Oh,
this is. I
haven't even heard of this.
This is the TV show. Oh, you haven't heard of this?
No.
Oh, it's great. This is called Sunny. And it is an Apple TV Plus deal, a new series. Basically, Susie, Rashida Jones, is a woman whose husband and son disappear or lost in like a plane crash. And
she doesn't really look like Rashida Jones, though. She's kind of.
She doesn't. No, you're right. There's
kind of. I don't want to call her scrubby, but
no, but she does look a little scrubby.
Scrubby.
Yeah. She's playing a woman who's just recently grieving over the loss of her family.
To me, it reminds me of how she looked very different to me in Silo, even though
Yeah,
Maybe it's because she's being given dramatic stuff to do, and it's just different than I'm used to, or something. I don't know, but I really like her in these kind of roles. I enjoy them.
This is what's great about this is there's drama, but it's also kind of quirky comedy, black comedy, and sci-fi. And it's not me comparing it, but people are bringing up Severance and Silo in the same discussions as Sunny. And this is I can see why. There's a very there's an overlying mystery. There is there's some kind of weirdness. There's a right off the bat, this robot is something that we don't have now. So there's kind of this leap in suspending disbelief of like, okay, well, I guess these kind of robots exist. So Susie is Rashida Jones. She like you said, her husband and son are lost in a plane crash, but her late husband's company, works for a robotics company, delivers this home bot to her, a little domestic robot named Sunny that has been programmed specifically by her husband Masa to cater to her every need, and right down to knowing the things that she likes and dislikes, foods, activities, things like that, and very, very much devoted to her.
Is it always called Sunny in the way that we would always call an Amazon Echo the Echo? You know what I mean? Or the A word that we say? It's like that kind of product? Okay. All right.
Well, I see what you're saying. No, this one
is that the brand name?
Yeah, I take that back. This one specifically for Rashida Jones is named Sunny.
Gotcha. Okay.
Everybody else's homebot is named something else.
Got it.
You've got a bunch of obviously a bunch of Japanese actors who've done things outside of the U.S. Nobody that you'd recognize, except for maybe this woman named Annie the Clumsy. She plays Mixie. And yes, her stage name is Annie the Clumsy. She is a YouTube star who does ukulele songs, a Japanese woman inspired by Flight of the Conchords, and does kind of quirky, weird ukulele songs. Anyway, she's a friend of Susie's who meets her after her husband disappears and kind of befriends her and helps her through it.
Give me a hint.
Oh no! If I did, I didn't mean to. Okay, after I mean they're searching for the body at the beginning of the series, and so I don't want to say one way or the other. But anyway, that's where things are at the beginning of the series.
There's probably a story behind why she's called Annie the Clumsy. Is it just her YouTube name? And that's what
it's just her YouTube name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's super talented, and she's looked at some of her videos. She's great, and she's very quirky and weird in this, so it's a good fit for the role. There is a great, like, you get this initial storyline of Susie's now stuck with this robot that she doesn't want, who basically is like a new pet that wants to do everything to make her happy and comfort her in this horrible time and all that, and she just doesn't want it. And Susie's a very closed off person, and but then there's other things that come to light around this thing, like this thing called the Dark Manual, which apparently is like the video game cheat codes that allow your robot to do things that it wasn't programmed for.
Gotcha.
And you kind of uncover this whole mystery about that, and whether or not Masa, her late husband, has anything to do with it. It's really, really good. It pulls you in right away, and it's
I've been meaning to watch this. I have it on my list.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, oh, hey, cool, a new thing on Apple TV Plus. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, so I might as well add it to my list, because I know eventually, especially if there's a sci-fi or a fantasy or a quirkiness to it, then
they seem to be hitting those shows. Did you watch Sugar?
I really did. I did. Oh my God, Sugar.
Brian loves Sugar.
I loved Sugar, and I want people to watch Sugar without telling them any more about why they should watch Sugar. It's
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew I'd seen. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where I saw this Tetsu Watanabe, and I thought, is he Ken Watanabe's brother? How do I know this actor? He's the deputy chief guy in Shin Godzilla, the 2016 one that I just watched. He's great. He's really good in that. Yeah, everybody in here, all these like
they take Godzilla down by kicking him in the shins. Is that what that is?
They were like, it was like the Death Star version of Godzilla. They're like,
right, his shins are his weakness. Go for the shins.
I actually kind of found that movie. I know there are going to be people who disagree with me, but Shin Godzilla is like kind of unwatchable. I didn't love it, but he's great in it. So.
Cool.
Anyway,
cool.
That's good.
Faisal in the chat room says the male co-lead, so the guy who plays Masa, who you see in flashbacks throughout the whole series, is the main protagonist in Amazon's Mask Rider Black, which I hadn't heard of, but there was a movie that was a Best Picture nominee a couple of years ago called Drive My Car, and so I knew him from that. But that was of the nominees, one I thought was super powerful, but also very long and certainly not for everybody.
I remember you talking about that one. You're the one that I was trying to think. Someone talked to me about Drive My Car, and I could not remember who it was.
Yeah, it was a really good. It was, we watched all the nominees as we always do, and it's like, oh, this one's really good, but man, it's a hard sell to get somebody to watch a 3-hour subtitled movie where it's less about the actions on screen and more about just the stuff that you don't see and the stuff that doesn't happen, right? Like the reactions of people, and it's like, it's good, but definitely not something I'd say is perfect for mass audiences.
He has the most Japanese name of all time, Hidetoshi Nishijima.
He totally does.
Amazing. Yeah. It's like 14 different names in one. I love it.
And his character name, Masahiko Sakamoto, is like, it just says, all right, well, let's put everything into it.
I love it.
Anyway, Sunny is really good. 10 episodes. They're about 30 minutes long. I hope it does well enough, because there will need to be a season 2. They wrap up things, but they introduce new things. So don't feel like, well, I'm going to wait to hear if they cancel it or if they release or if they get announce a season 2. Don't worry about that. The season 1 is great, and it wraps up things, everything that you need wrapped up.
I heard this morning they canceled that one you recommended, Time Bandits, Nicole. You liked that?
Oh,
yeah, 1 season and they're done.
Bad.
That's it.
None of people finished it. None enough people finished it. That's how they evaluate them now.
Yeah.
Who finishes?
I feel like Taika Waititi could use a win right now.
He could, right after the sales.
Yeah, that got canceled. My ship means death.
I didn't like that. I didn't watch that either. I mean,
apparently
it wasn't my thing.
A lot of people liked it, but not enough. Like you said, not enough finished it. That's the metric they use.
What We Do in the Shadows?
They're on this next season, their final
season.
Yeah.
That's right, final season coming up.
They should do another movie. I heard they were going to make a werewolf. What We Do in the
they've been
Shadows.
talking about that
but
forever.
Nothing never happened with it.
Yeah, they've been talking about it forever. In fact, when the first movie came out in 2014, 2015, they were talking about Rhys Davies or whatever his name is. Rhys, whatever it is.
Is it Reeves?
Reeves?
I thought it was Reeves.
Whatever it is. He was supposed to, they were going to spin that character out as werewolf character and do a whole other thing. And then they started the show. And so then the rumor switched to, well, maybe they're going to do a follow-up show about that. I'd love it if they did, but I don't think that's happening. But he's got it's not like he's having a hard time. Taika Waititi's doing just fine. It's just
he's fine.
His last couple of projects have kind of gone away. And then the Thor movie wasn't that great, the last one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so I actually can't judge it. But
it wasn't good.
No, really wanted it to be better. It was man, lightning in a bottle with Ragnarok, and then this one was like, all right,
because there was such a
too
stark,
funny.
Yeah. But I think there was such a stark contrast to Thor Ragnarok that it worked. But I've rewatched it. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't as good as I really originally thought it was.
But he had elements. He tried to do the same amount of comedy elements, like Goldblum in Ragnarok, great. But for whatever reason, the Russell Crowe thing in Love and Thunder was kind of a little bit of a miss. And I
feel like Goldberg's role in Ragnarok was his audition for Chaos.
Yeah, Jeff Goldberg. I love Jeff Goldberg.
Jeff Goldberg.
Did I say Jeff Goldberg?
Yeah, you did. But that's what we love, so don't ever stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Please don't ever.
I love it. Don Cheeto.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Anyway, there you go. Sunny, Apple TV Plus. Rashida Jones is fantastic. And boy, if there's one reason to watch it, it's her, because she's so good.
Yeah, I love her. All right, excellent. Nicole, swing it over to you. Let's find out what made you cry. How do you want to do this one?
Well, I will say this. So it's a documentary. I was smiling through the whole thing. I mean, it just brought so much joy to me that is why at the end I cried.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I get it.
And so you found a clip. I was just going to give you the trailer because there's too much in this documentary. There's too much good stuff in the documentary that I don't know what to pick.
Is it a series, or I guess we could talk about this after the clip, but is it a series or a movie?
It's just an hour and a half documentary.
All right.
Okay. So
I need to watch it.
So go ahead, do the clip, and we'll talk about it.
Here we go.
I have thoughts.
No worries.
He had so many ideas and so many things he wanted to do. And so the idea of time, I think, was very much on Jim's mind always.
I was what they called a creative assistant, an assistant that would travel with Jim and shadow him 24/7.
His ideas came from excitement in him.
He said to me that from a very early age, he had the feeling that he was here for a purpose and a reason. And that was largely what drove him.
I feel like he came onto this planet and he knew he had a mission and a calling. He's like, gotta get it done, gotta get it done.
His schedule was so packed, New York to London to Toronto to LA. His drive was superhuman.
We have to keep going and you get to go home.
There was a restlessness. He was always doing, he was always creating.
You hear a little Kermit in the background there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
No, we gotta go and do this thing.
So this is on Disney Plus, because Disney owns the Muppets. This is Jim Henson, Idea Man. And it came out 4 months ago. I've always professed my love of Jim Henson and the Muppets and Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. I really connected with it. I didn't understand like the history of Jim Henson. Like, I didn't know a lot. So like one of his experimental films called Timepiece, you can find this on archive.org. Just weird, so weird and wonderful. And I watch this and I go, this is why I like Twin Peaks. This is why I like David Lynch. It's so cool to see and hear the history of how Jim Henson made his ideas. And at the time, they were very new ideas and experimental ideas. And if Sesame Street hadn't happened, because he was a huge part of Sesame Street starting.
Oh, yeah.
If Sesame Street hadn't come along, he was in the process of creating like psychedelic trippy nightclubs.
Really?
Weird. I'm telling you, he just had so many ideas in his head, and the idea that he didn't have enough time to do it. This documentary, I feel like, touches on a few things of his personal life, but they don't dive deeper into it. But you can tell I felt bad for his wife because she discovered him. She was into puppeteering. And you kind of get a sense, she was supposed to do the mother thing. They have 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
And he was just off doing his thing, and she couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And she wanted to.
Yeah.
So they have interviews with his kids, and Frank Oz, and it's just a wonderful kind of telling of people are complex. There's good and bad, and you're a sum of all those things, and it was just a wonderful watch. I loved it. I learned a lot about him. I shared with you something I had never heard in the Discord chat. They recommended, what was it? I'm looking for it. The Muppet Musicians of Brenham, because he did a lot of things before the Muppet Show to try. Like, the Muppet Show was a huge success. It went for 5 seasons, and he is the one that canceled the Muppet Show.
Oh, I didn't
But
know that. Wow.
he went years trying to make the Muppet Show with, people just saying no, 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 no. And they even talk about his stint on Saturday Night Live. And it's so funny.
Oh, yeah,
it's not a good experience.
You see, when you see that new Saturday Night movie, the Aaron Sorkin thing, they show a clip of the person they've got playing Jim Henson saying, they're putting my puppets into compromising positions or something like that.
Right,
and it just sounds like, yeah, okay, that I totally believe.
I didn't know that was supposed to be him. That's wild. I've seen the trailer for that. That's not out yet, or is it out? Is that a thing?
No, not out yet. I don't know when it comes out. But I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
I am too. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz around that. Well, this sounds like it's
all of its history of things that we hold dear. We love Labyrinth, but Labyrinth was a failure.
Yeah, it flopped that week.
Like you really, if you like any of what we're talking about, I highly recommend you watch the documentary because it's just really kind of cool to see how all that happened.
To get into the Star Wars stuff and becoming.
So it shows George Lucas on the set of Labyrinth as an executive producer. It doesn't really talk too much about Star Wars. In fact, I don't even think they brought it up.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell they kind of insinuate like the world and the people that he worked with.
Yeah.
And
they talk about his weird black and white coffee spots with puppets that are so funny where they blow each other up.
So they talked about his hate relationship with advertising.
Yeah.
And how dark those ads were.
Those were great. I freaking love those. I hadn't seen those maybe in the last couple of years is all that I actually saw those for the first time. They are wild.
Yeah.
I forget the name
they
of the
show a
coffee.
lot of them in the documentary. Like there's one with a gun.
Oh,
I mean, it's kind of crazy. and how like they did a thing called Sex and Violence on TV with puppets. It's so weird.
That's great.
It's just, I love it. I love it so much.
That's awesome. Sounds like it's a good one. Do you think that his weirdo disco idea or his psycho nightclub idea will ever see the light of day? Because Henson Productions is pretty big now. They could pull something off. Probably not.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it already happened with Andy Warhol and what was it, Club 36 or something like that.
Studio 54.
Studio 54.
Club 34. Sorry, I love that. That's amazing.
Where Rule 34 happens all the time.
Yep. No limits to Club 34.
You know what I was talking about, right?
I knew exactly what you meant.
Totally.
The only thing that would have made that better is if you'd have called him Randy Longmore or some other name. That would have been perfect. Well, that's great. I want to see this. I have been wanting to see it. Now that I've got a friend who's recommending it, I have no excuse.
Yeah.
So time to watch it.
It's really good. It's really, really good. I loved it.
All right. That's Disney Plus currently.
Yeah, Disney Plus and Timepiece, which was one of his earlier experimental, because they'll drop a whole bunch of stuff in the documentary, and I'm just Googling it, going, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of this. Oh, I got a list of stuff that I want to go watch now.
That's awesome. Okay, let's now move over to another documentary that made me cry. I watched this before I got COVID. Not that it matters, but it's been sitting with me for a little more than a week. And so, little background on this. Every year around September 11th, I try to find good either documentaries or films or something that I mostly haven't seen, but sometimes I re-see things. Like I think Flight 93 is amazing. That film is incredible. But I will only see that right around the time of the anniversary.
The anniversary, yeah.
And I've seen some pretty good documentaries in the past. I think I found the ultimate 9/11 documentary, and I'll tell you in a second why, but here's a little bit from that.
I was a battalion chief in the 1st Battalion. And my responsibility was for the tip of Manhattan. I'm the first one in my family to be a firefighter. My father was a letter carrier in the post office. And after I became a firefighter, a number of years later, my brother joined the fire department too. Kevin was 3 years younger than me, so it was always this looking up to the older brother.
All right, so fairly innocuous clip. There's a lot of obviously high emotion stuff in this. It's a documentary about, a very horrific day. What I like about it is, or I guess I should tell you what it is first. So it's called 9/11, One Day in America. This came out in 2021. I didn't know about it, but it's a Nat Geo. So we're on Disney Plus still, a National Geographic documentary. And it's, let's see, how many episodes is it? I believe it's 6 total. So it's not a single film. It's a documentary. It's told in 6 parts. And what I liked about it and what really kept me riveted was the adherence to just really focusing on the moment to moment stuff. This isn't some big broad look at geopolitical stuff, or in fact, you don't even see an image of George W. Bush, like you always see of him in that classroom getting told about the first hit.
Reading
and all that.
yeah.
You hear they describe it, but they really don't get off the ground for much of this. They stay in New York. They stay a little bit in the Pentagon when that got hit, and they stay a little bit on the ground in Pennsylvania with that plane, Flight 93 stuff. But for the most part, this isn't about the broader world issues. It was about people on the ground, firefighters, survivors, guy that worked in a kitchen who I cannot to this moment still believe he made it out of there. Like the stories these people tell, absolutely insane. It's gut-wrenching. It's a great reminder of kind of how that all went, and really who stepped up and for the most part sacrificed themselves to try to save others. There's a ton of that. What I like about it the most, though, is it's not told in a sensationalistic way at all. It's not narrated. It's not somebody telling you how to feel. It's not music telling you how to feel. It's just people telling their stories. And they have some archival footage that is insane, stuff I've never seen before. And they even say at the top of the thing, there's footage in this that are just now coming to light. We're just now getting it. So it's some guy had a camera 2 blocks away, perfect shot of the first plane hitting the thing, and I've just never seen it before. I've thought I'd seen all of these, and now there's tons of stuff like being filmed in the stairwells on cameras that were recovered after the rubble, things like that. Just scary stuff, but extremely well told. And I like.
What's it called again?
It's called 9/11, One Day in America. Highly recommend it to anybody who, wants to understand what really went down that day. We're 24 years or 23 years later now, so a lot of things can get forgotten. I do wish it was available in a more free format so more people could see it. I know that not everyone's going to have a stomach for this. You don't want to be reminded of it. I understand. But it's just something I do every year. So this is a really, really good one. 9/11, One Day in America. Fantastic stuff. And it's over on Disney Plus. It's one of the Nat Geo. And Nat Geo's kind of hit and miss for me. Like some of their docs are like, whoa, that was awesome. That mountain climber one, the face. What was that called, Brian? We talked about it here. The guy that
the Free Solo.
Free Solo. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen, right? But then there's some on there where it's like, this is Attenborough Jr. This isn't great,
That otter thing was it me who recommended? Somebody recommended. If it wasn't me, it was definitely somebody, and we watched it because they recommended it. But it was the otter love story, Molly and.
Oh, I think that was you. Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, that was so good, and that's on that Nat Geo thing as well.
Yeah, so you have a real mix over there, and not that any of it's just like bad, but some of it's just kind of History Channel standard. There's nothing crazy about it.
A little dry.
Yeah, this is cut above that. Real good stuff. So
I got a weird question for you.
Go ahead.
Did you happen to watch it was a reality show. It was in 2001 called Murder in Small Town X.
No. Tell me more.
So it's a reality. I mean, I watched it. It was really good. The winner of it was a firefighter. And he actually did pass. He was one of the first ones in at 9/11.
Oh, wow.
So it's a reality competition?
It's a reality competition.
Like a solve this murder kind of thing?
It's solve this murder with a bunch of, there's actors in the town, and they have the contestants trying to figure out who the murderer is. It was actually a really well done reality show.
That sounds kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But yeah, the winner was he was a New York firefighter.
Oh yeah, here it is. I just saw it here. 8 episodes.
Yep.
Fox NBC. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, I
might
just
put
gave
this on my list. Yeah. Well, it's all right. It's a journey, not a destination.
Right.
So the
But it kind of reminds me.
friends we make along the way.
It reminds me of like what escape rooms are, right? Like you have, or there was dinner murder mystery parties kind of things, but they put it into a TV reality show format. So
hosted by Gary Frito. I don't know who Gary Frito is, but he hosted it.
I honestly had forgotten. I had forgotten the name of the show, so I unfortunately just Googled like firefighter 9/11 reality show winner.
Wow.
And that's how I found it again.
Yeah. This one is, it's interesting. This documentary that I watched has, you'll see 1 or 2 people and go, oh, I think I've heard their story before. And then you think, well, that's all this is going to be is stuff I've heard before. Nah, man, there are so many like stuff I'd never heard. Just strange people who never knew each other run into each other on the 35th floor, figure out a way to get out, then the whole thing caves in on them. Somehow they survive. Like it's a lot of survivor stories and then a lot of time spent talking about who didn't. And like that guy in the clip I played, his younger brother passed away. It's not really a spoiler, if you can call such a thing a spoiler, but it just gets more into the minute to minute of the day, less about here was what my life was like before. Here's what the government was doing. Like we didn't. It just really is like here's what people did. Like on the ground freaking people, and it's very, very good.
That's the uplifting part for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a weird uplift, right? It's like terrible, but in that terribleness, you get. I'm not asking for I'm not asking for this to happen to anybody ever again, of course, or anything even like this. And I know this stuff happens in lots of countries all the time, but I do miss that coming together that people did. And that's very much on display. There were people like it gives me hope because there were people who were not shoving people out of the way to get past you. It was people helping everybody. One guy completely died and saved like 30 people in his death. Like there's constant stories like that. Was there probably somebody who panicked and pushed somebody over as they ran past him? Probably. I don't know. But most people rallied, and I like that. Anyway. That's over on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney and Apple ruling the world. Apple still owns a bunch of Disney.
Today, anyway.
Yeah. Isn't Apple still? They're still like on the board, or Tim Cook's on the board. Anyway, they're all making money off each other.
Because of the Pixar thing. Yeah, I think so.
At the time, way back in the day, Jobs owned some huge share. I don't know if that's still true. Anyway,
did you hear that they're going to get rid of the Muppets Theater?
Oh. Why?
Yeah, they're gonna replace it with another something.
Is it for Muppets or is it?
No, it's. I think it's like I want to say it was like Cars or I don't know.
Oh geez.
It was I follow Muppet History on Instagram, which I love that account. Yeah. He makes lots of funny Muppet memes, but he did the Dwight Schrute and Oscar. I think you already know.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I heard it's going to be going away.
It's too bad.
Someone
they should do a movie to try to save it.
There you go. Yeah.
Luke in the chat says, "Didn't Jobs create Pixar? No, but his money did."
Yeah.
So didn't he? I think he bought it because I think Lucas owned it first. Right. And then he bought it from Lucas for like pennies compared to what it was worth, really. And then pumped it until, Toy Story happened and all that. So I think that's what it was. Anyway, that's it for today's Recommentals. If you'd like to follow them and click on links that'll take you directly to them, you can do that over at quicktms.li. Nicole, having you here has been a real pleasure. Anything you want to mention in the wood whispering world while Mark is convalescing and getting better?
No, just released even though he's sick, he released a video on how to he refinished our floors. So you gotta head on over to the Wood Whisperer. You'll see that.
You say floors. I thought you said pores. Yeah. He refinished our pores.
That would be weird. No, the floors.
Okay, floors make sense to me. Pores would be whatever. My pores are a little bad. I wouldn't mind a little refinishing. Nicole, have a great week. Talk to you soon. Okay. Brian, that brings us down to one final thing before we leave. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and share that now. Here's what it is. It's an email. It's a strange one from Tom. Not our Tom, different Tom. He gave us a link, but here's what he says in essence. In Arizona, 1,000-pound cow is termed an animal unit equivalent, or an AUE.
Weird. Okay.
One goat equals 0.2 AUE, or animal unit equivalent. So, doing the maths, this must be a British person.
Yeah.
It takes 5 goats to make 1,000-pound cow. So it does mean something here in Arizona. He says Arizona, but maths? I mean, come on.
Yeah, the whole thing is very confusing to me, but yeah.
He says, if you end up in the southeast Arizona area for some reason, we can introduce you to the community of goats and cows. Enjoy, Tom. I didn't know you measured goats like that. That's crazy.
I didn't know that either. Well, at least in Arizona. That's so weird. Like, it's this feels like something that they would do somewhere in Europe, right? Like, oh yes, we're using the AUE, the animal unit equivalent. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So,
or they'd be smart and just use metric like we should. So, we should use metric. Why don't we do that? How many hogs' heads to the beaver's tail do we need here in America?
Right. But why even bring a cow into this? Why not just say 1,000 pounds is the AUE, and then say a 2,000-pound cow is 2 AUEs, or 1,500 or whatever. Yeah,
I agree. Why is the cow also? I don't know what the average cow weighs. Is that correct? An average cow weighs 1,000 pounds? Because that doesn't sound right. That seems too big. That's like
pretty big.
half a Volkswagen or something.
Certainly a 2,000-pound cow. Very unusual.
Yeah, very weird. Well, anyway, thanks, Tom, from Southeast Arizona. You guys do things different.
Yes.
Let's get out of here. Frogpants.com/TMS for all your needs. We're going to play a song now and take you home. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah. This is one that I've had in the queue for a little while here. Hugh wrote in and said, awesome new eye to eye cover. I wasn't sure what this was because I see it as, depending on the font, 121, but it is eye to eye. And if you're familiar with where this comes from, it is the Goofy movie theme song. That should help you right there. Any day's fine, posh old-timey English accent. My lord, is it too earl-like to request one fine fillet of fish betwixt bread?
Hey, is it too early to get a fish sandwich?
Never too late, never too early.
That's right. Here is the band Magnolia Park from a 2024 brand new album, thanks for letting me know about this, called A Whole New Sound with Eye to Eye.
Fantastic. We'll be back tomorrow with a Thursday edition of the show. We'll see you then.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com. Oh, my.
Jeez, Fletcher.